Hi, my name is Jody and welcome to my channel. I'm going to be talking about the whole EBT food stamps that's going to be cut off in the 1st of November. That's happening over in America right now. I find this really interesting because I've just been seeing clips and clips of people showing their true colors. And it's really sad because this system that's been put in place to actually help people who are struggling, it's really sad because those people do need the help, and it's a great system to be put in place. But then you have people like this who I'm about to show, who are nothing but leeches, who are nothing but parasites, or laziness, who are just lazy. So I'm going to show you the clip real quick, and then I'm going to talk about it. So here's a clip of multiple people. You may have seen some of these, you may have not, but here it is. It's these are the parasites I was talking about. These are the people who needs to be cut off.
Everybody going around saying that motherfuckers ain't getting basket for my people ass you, bitch. I'm on with the cart.
Ham, mashed potatoes, greens, dressing. It's for all people.
I'm not working for nobody. Get the fuck out of here. This is what Americans, taxpayers, work for us. They work for me. They gotta help me keep my fucking kids. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be doing this now. Y'all been helping me for a fucking time. Now y'all wanna tap out. Get the fuck out of here. I want my EBT, yo. I want my EBT. And I'm not working for nobody. I'm fucking boss. What the fuck I look like working? When the government is here to help. Come on. Y'all send all that money to Iraq, Ukraine, that funding all these wars. But when it's time to help the Americans, y'all don't want to fucking help us. I need my fucking EBT, yo. I need my money, yo. I need my fucking EBT. Stop fucking playing with me, yo.
No, we're just gonna steal. With all these growth.
So as you just saw, that was like a clip of parasites that need to be cleansed from the system, because that system is in place to help people who are actually needing help. There are people in the streets, there are people who actually need help, and there are people like this who are just lazy, that just refuse to work. There's a guy at the bottom left of the screen who are just saying, oh, you as a taxpayer need to pay for my kids, need to pay for their food. What kind of mentality is that? That's just laziness. And also, he also mentioned that this system is in place to actually help. Yes, it is to help people in need. You are not in need. You are just lazy. You are just lazy to get off your ass and work and provide for your family, provide for your kids that you brought into this world. The rest of the world, that's not their responsibility. You know, the people who pay tax, it's for the system to help people in need, who really do need it, like disability people who have like a mental ability that's stopping them to function properly. People pay tax to help them, not for they don't pay taxes to help for your laziness. Here's another clip. Her kids have not eaten in 5 days, and it's your fault. Not her fault, your fault. What should she do? It says,
kids have not eaten in 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility.
What kind of mentality is that? They're your kids. It's not random strangers, people's kids. It's your kids. You birthed them. You waited 9 months and you gave birth to them. It's your responsibility. Not just as a mother, but as an adult, as a parent. It's your responsibility. It's not random people's responsibility. It's your responsibility.
To take care of my kids!
Trump done cut them food stamps off. If you're poor, don't have kids, okay?
Half a second in with her response, and I agree 1000%. This is common sense, but for some reason, a lot of people lack common sense. This is like a revelation. This is mind-blowing to them. So I agree with her 1000% in half a second into her response. Crazy.
Okay? If you're struggling, don't have kids. Don't bring more in. If you already have them, that's another situation. If you don't have them, don't bring any in. And if you have two, don't go having another one. If you have one, don't go having two.
say 2 million is getting cut off this month for the scamps, I'm about to go find out if I'm in that number, in that ratio.
It's been day 5 and I have not received no food stamps. My disability checks is on hold. My cash benefits is not coming no more. They're still pending. It is the taxpayer's job to pay for my kids to eat and for my...
Again, it is not their responsibility. It is your responsibility as their parent to take care of them. Some people really should not be parents.
My kids to be taken care of. I have over 2,000 followers on TikTok and I can't get not one person to send me 50 cents.
She thinks she's Beyonce. She thinks she's a celebrity. I have 2,000 followers. You have to send me your money. 2,000 followers is not a lot of people. In hindsight, and you're not a celebrity, they don't owe you nothing. You're not special enough. You're not important enough to them for them to send you money for your kids that you chose to have. Those are your kids. Your responsibility. You take care of them. You get off your lazy ass and work and provide for your kids that you chose to have. You said kids, not kid. Kids as in plural, as in multiple kids. You know exactly what you're doing. It is not the taxpayers' money to provide for your kids. That is not what it's in place for.
If you're watching video and you can't send me nothing, I'm blocking you. Kids have...
What a crazy loss for them. Wow, they just lost a huge celebrity. Oh my god, I don't get this mentality. If you can't provide for your kids, stop or don't even have kids. If you can't even provide for yourself. This one says, ask me if I care about this woman losing her EBT. You're mad because I'm a mom of 7 kids. 7 kids is fucking crazy. You think by the 2nd kid, right? You have a mentality of getting off your ass, looking for a job, working that job, budgeting, you know? You think by the 2nd kid you'll learn. But you're on you have 7 kids and you're receiving $3,000 in food stamps and you're on housing. That's entitlement, that's greed, that's laziness. It is not the taxpayers' fault for you losing your EBT. They don't pay for this shit. They pay for people who actually need the help.
Okay, y'all just mad because I get 3 canned food stamps. So what? I get all kinds of...
You get $3,000 and you pay for junk food.
snacks while I'm sitting here chilling or whatever, paying no bills. No bills. I'm on good.
I don't blame not just white people or any race that look at black people as lazy and loud and all this type of stereotype that people have, because it's right, it's correct. I don't blame them for saying and believing this, because look at this, bro.
And no bills. No bills. I'm in no bills. No bills. I'm on government assistance. My son back there with his snacks. Government assistance, 3 canned food.
Here's another clip. You want to know why I'm not having an aneurysm over people losing their food stamps on November 1st?
You want to know why I'm not having an aneurysm over people losing their food stamps on November 1st? Here's why.
Come grocery shop with us. Make it go by faster.
First thing that they put in the cart is not even vegetables. It's not even a healthy food. It's a box of multiple chips. Unless that looks like water balls. I don't know what the fuck that is, but
One of you.
meat. I don't know what is that. Some sort of nuggets. I don't know what that for. Something nuggets. I'm not seeing any vegetables. I'm seeing a little bit of meat. Yeah, sure, that's good. But I'm not seeing any vegetables at all. No greens. Nothing healthy. Nothing that you can make a lot of and ration it out. I'm not seeing none of that.
This what I pick, and this what he picked.
Cans, don't know what it's of, but I'm seeing still a lot of junk food. I'm still seeing a lot of junk food and no vegetables, no nothing that you can make and ration out for multiple days so you can have that assistance, and then go look for a job. I'm not seeing none of that. So $386.79 for all of that, and they have food stamps, so it's basically free for them.
I tell you what, how about this instead? If you're on food stamps, you get a pre-selected box of meat, bread, rice, food staples, and fruits and vegetables. No more handing you a debit card filled with
I agree with that 1000%.
other people's cash for you to go load up on Oreos. The goal here is to keep you from starving because taxpayers do not need to bankroll your junk food pantry or your health problems.
I agree with everything she said. Food stamps are to help people who are struggling, not to have you fill the cart with junk food and Oreos. A conservative takes on SNAP benefits, highlighting how fraud impacts those in need. Credit Brianna Riddick on IG.
Trying to kill us. They trying to starve us to death. I just got some bad news, y'all. The U.S. just voted against food as a human right in 2020.
They did not do that. Stop spreading misinformation.
25, not 1825, not 1925, in 2025, okay? They out here preaching freedom and democracy while telling the world that basic survival is optional. What the fuck is really going on?
You know, if you work for things, you receive good things, right? That's just how things work.
Nah, that's not right. And you can't call yourself the land of the free if you out here denying people food. Where they do that at? Like, y'all have money for
People, everyone deserves to eat, but you need to work for that. Unless you're growing it yourself, then you need to work to receive payment. And then you can use that payment to pay for food. You know, this is something that you tell to a child, not to a grown adult.
bombs and billionaires and fucking bailouts, but not for basic dignity. I'm not understanding. This system is starving people. Some of y'all
Billionaires work for the money, hence why they're billionaires. They're not billionaires because they survive on food stamps. Some people really have no brain cells, man.
Really should have been cut off of food stamps a long time ago, and that comes from someone who's been there. Because here's the truth. A lot of people are finessing the system, working under the table, not reporting income, still collecting benefits, and when the Republicans asked for transparency, Dems refused because they knew y'all would get caught, and they didn't want to be the reason why it got cut off. That's why the benefits got cut, so that it's the big bad Republicans' fault. I'm a single mom. I was on food stamps for 2 months. Then I got a job, worked hard, and got off of them.
That is what you're supposed to do as a grown adult who is struggling. They have the system in place, so when you're struggling, you have that assistance. Then you look for a job like she did, and she finally got off it, and is still working and still budgeting and still providing for her kid or kids. And she was able to do that because she had a little bit of assistance. That's what the system is for. That's what these food stamps are for, to help you get back on your feet, not to stay on the feet, not to stay in the ground, not to stay, homeless and broke. It's supposed to help you. It's supposed to help you on your feet, help lift you up.
Because that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to be a bridge, not a lifestyle. They're meant to help you get on your feet. That's what's supposed to happen, not keep you from ever working. Meanwhile, there's people paying taxes that don't qualify, are doing it the right way and budgeting and having a cart that's half as full as the people that have food stamps. That's not fair. And now that the system's being checked, people are upset because they're actually having to budget, just like the rest of us. They're having to cut back on extras, make sacrifices like a bunch of other people do every single week. You have the right to food, absolutely. But that doesn't mean you need $1,000 a month in benefits forever. It means budgeting, planning, and learning to live responsibly and getting a job. So yeah, it's time to budget.
Like a normal adult in this day and age. It's not that crazy of a concept. It's nothing new.
Just like everyone else. That's not cruelty. You are just being held accountable.
You're being held accountable. Now this woman says something really interesting. She mentions on why they were really upset. Which is, as she admits, black women sell their food stamps to buy manicure and weed. That's why they're really upset. And I love how it's a black woman calling out other black women, but other just not even other black women, just other black people in America. She's African American, calling out other African American who are abusing the system.
I know y'all won't admit this because I know how y'all are, but y'all aren't really outraged that the food stamps or EBT shit is about to get shut down. Y'all are really outraged because now you're gonna have to take the money you normally buy weed, wigs, bundles, get your nails done. Y'all.
So they don't just use the food stamps solely for paying for food, even though it's called food stamps, not wig stamps, not weed stamps. They use it for other things other than food. That is crazy.
You're gonna have to take those funds and buy food now. And don't say I'm lying, because when y'all were receiving food stamps, you were selling the food stamps. So you weren't worried about feeding your children men. But all of a sudden now, you're outraged. Oh my God, like, how we gonna feed our kids? You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't been worried about them kids and their well-being, but all of a sudden now, you are. Okay. I know y'all.
So that's the real reason. So here's one more clip. I am not against SNAP benefits. I know SNAP is a necessity of a lot of families. I think the woman in this video is abusing it. There's a difference. Just so you know, I've seen the woman that she's reacting to. I've seen her content, and I believe her content is satire. It's not real. She doesn't actually believe it. So it's like a reverse psychology thing, right?
I mean, but why do you taxpayers care so much where your money goes for the SNAP recipients? Like, what does it matter? It's not like they're possibly abusing it or anything, right?
This lady was
This woman radio, I believe her content is satire, so don't actually go and attack her, right? It's not real.
standing behind me, and I was getting ready to pay, and of course I take out my EBT card, because what else am I going to pay with?
Cash, debit card, credit card, you know.
And this would normal people, her and me, and probably you who's watching this, would also think straight away, and also would do.
The same thing that people who don't receive EBT pay with.
And then she's like, ma'am, I love your nails. How much did they cost?
Again, satire. It's to remind you, it's satire, okay?
I'm like, oh, these were like $85.
No nails done here, because that's a luxury. And I don't typically splurge on luxuries because I'd rather make sure that everything is provided for my house and my kids. So.
Just like a real woman, just like a real mother, just like a real adult would do.
We do glue-ons around here. $8.99 from Walgreens.
And then once she sees me taking out my card, she starts bitching. She's like, you paid $85 for your nails, but you need EBT to pay for your groceries? I'm like, yes, bitch.
That's the problem right there. If you can afford $80 to $85 to however much money you spend on getting your nails done, which is not a necessity, as you can see. If you can afford to spend that money, then you should be using that money on groceries. Plain and simple. This is why people are tired of people overusing SNAP benefits. Plain and simple.
100%. People should be using it what they're intended to be used for. Not to pay for your weed, not to pay for your wigs, nails, hair, iPhones, PlayStation 5s, console, gaming. You know, it's not for that stuff. It's to help you pay for what you need. There's a difference between needs and wants. Needs are things like food and water. That's what you can't survive without that. You can survive without phones. You can survive without nails, like nails that you put on, nails that you go and get, or wigs, or you can survive without that stuff. Those are wants and not needs. So that will be it for this video. Please leave a comment down below on what your thoughts is about the whole situation. I believe it's good and bad. Good for the people who are the parasites and finally getting cleansed, and it's a bad thing for the people who actually do need the help, because this system is put in place to help the people in need, and it's unfortunate they are getting punished for it, but the people who are abusing it needs to be cleansed. So leave a comment down below on what your thoughts is about this situation. I'd love to hear it. Also, I'm very new to this whole content creation business, so please leave a comment down below if you would like me to react to another video. Doesn't matter what video it is. I would love to hear your thoughts on what you would like me to react to next. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.